Hello and welcome, Cannon County High School Algebra 2. If you are watching this video, well, that means that you did not pass third quarter and you're trying to do the IXL assignments to raise your grade up to be passing. So N.7 was the first one that was assigned to you, so I'm gonna help you get through that and show you how to do each of the problems in that IXL so that you can pass. So, Mr. Lyon, you're gonna have to move over here and watch. Thank you very much. Let's start out. What I did basically is I just looked at the assignment and I chose some problems from the IXL that are similar to the ones you're gonna be doing, and let's solve them together. We're solving rational equations here, and the way to solve a rational equation is to first make it so that there aren't fractions on each side, because that's what makes it look difficult. So we're gonna multiply by what each denominator is missing. So a plus 7 is the denominator over here, a plus 5. This one is missing the a plus 5, so you multiply -6 times a plus 5. And that's going to equal -5 times the a plus 7. Now it doesn't look nearly as difficult because now we can distribute both sides, -6a minus 30. And then on this side, we can distribute and get -5a minus 35. Now, what we'd like to do is get a on just one side of the equal sign. So, you can do that either by adding 5a or by adding 6a. I'm going to add 6a to this side, and I'm going to add 6a to this side. That will cancel them out on this side and give me -30 equals -5a plus 6a is just a. And now you've got a almost by itself. We've got -35 here, so we're going to add 35 to both sides. If you do that to the right side, it just goes away. -30 plus 35 is 5. Now in the IXL, you'll see it says there may be one or two solutions. Don't let that confuse or scare you. In this case, we just got one solution, so you would just type in 5 into that box, and you'd be done. You don't have to type anything into that box. Okay? All right, let's go to the next problem that we're going to try. See if I can get that in there. Okay. Same idea. We're going to multiply by what each denominator is missing. So this denominator is missing the c plus 8. So we're going to multiply the c minus 2 times c plus 8. And on this side, we're going to multiply the c plus 4 times the c minus 1. Oops, c minus 1. There we go. All right. Now, this is where you have to remember how to distribute using the FOIL method. So you're going to take this times this, FOIL. So that'll give us c squared. And I like to do these two middle terms together. You've done enough of these that you can do these in your head. This is going to give you 8c, and this is going to give you -2c. So when you combine those together, you get positive 6c. So positive 8c, -2c, combines to give you positive 6c. -2 times 8 is -16. And on this side, we have c times c is c squared again. And the two middle terms this time are -c and positive 4c, which would give us positive 3c. And 4 times -1 is -4. Now, these look difficult because you have c squared, but we have it on both sides. And if you remember, if you have c squared on both sides, you can just subtract c squared from both sides. And basically what that does is that just cancels out c squared on both sides. Okay, now just like the previous problem, we want to get c on one side of the equal sign. You can either subtract 6c or you can subtract 3c. I'm going to choose to subtract the 3c from this side and from this side. 6c minus 3c is 3c. These, of course, will cancel each other out, leaving us with -4. And now you've got an equation that's relatively easy for you to solve. You can just add 16 to both sides, so that will give you 3c equals 12. And then divide by 3, and you get c equals 4. So again, we've only got one solution. The answer is 4. This answer blank you can leave just blank, because there is only one solution. All right, let's try another one. Let's try one where there's more than one solution. Okay, here's one. The farther you go in the IXL assignment, the more difficult the problems get. This one is no different. Multiply by what each denominator is missing. We're going to take 1 times the 5. That gives us 5. Well, that doesn't look so bad. S times this, that would be S times negative S plus 6. So let's distribute that S. We get 5 equals negative S squared plus 6S. Now this time we don't have S squared on both sides, so we can't just cancel them out. You know that we're going to get two solutions because this is a quadratic and we're going to have to factor it. But in order to factor this, it's way easier to factor if the S squared is a positive. So you have a choice. You can either move, you know you have to set it equal to 0. You can either move this 5 over to the right side, or you can move all of these, both of these terms over to the left side. And it's actually easier in this case if you take both of these and move them to the left, because that will make the S squared a positive S squared, which is way easier to factor. So move that 6S over, makes it negative 6S, and the plus 5 we're not moving anywhere, so we just leave it. Now you have something that you can factor. And what we're going to do then is we're going to figure out what are the two numbers that multiply to 5 and add to negative 6. Think about that. They have to multiply to negative, or they have to multiply to positive 5, and they have to add to negative 6. What do you think? Well, I think you're right. I think it's negative 5 and negative 1. So that means you're going to have S minus 5 and S minus 1. Now, those are not the answers. Those are the factors. So you then have to ask yourself, what will cause this factor to go to 0? What number could I plug in for S that will make this factor go to 0? Well, 5 minus 5 is 0, so that means one of the answers is 5. And 1 minus 1 is 0, so the other answer is 1. And that's it. There are two solutions this time. They are 5 and 1. Okay? All right, let's do one more. One more problem. This time we are solving for J. So we're going to do the same thing as before. Multiply by what each denominator is missing. This denominator, or this numerator is missing that one. So that's going to be negative 8 times J minus 9. And on this side, you've got negative 9 times J minus 7. And just like before, you're going to distribute there and there. Remember, a negative times a negative is a positive. Negative 9 times J, and a negative times a negative is a positive. Well, this one does not have any squared, so there's only going to be one answer. And now you have a choice again. You can either add 8J to both sides or add 9J to both sides. I'm going to add 9J to both sides, and when I do that, it's going to cancel out on this side and leave me with just 63. Negative 8J plus 9J is just 1J. And I get J plus 72 equals 63. And now I just have to subtract 72 from both sides. And when I subtract 72 from both sides, I get J equals negative 9. And so that's the answer. J equals negative 9. There is no second answer in this one because it wasn't a quadratic. Okay, I hope that helps. Tune in every day. I'll be putting one of these new videos up that shows how to do another of the IXL lessons that were assigned. Subscribe to this channel so that you can get the updates every day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.